Okay, here's your 50 freestyle in full speed that are in a race. I want you to see this just so we can understand what we're looking at in the other video clips. In general, you look pretty good, but there is a couple things that we can work on to make it even faster. This next video clip is the 100 freestyle. Here you're going in, nice start, you're the first one to hit the water. Nice streamlined position there, but you're taking that first pull a little too soon. See, the other girls haven't even taken their first stroke. By the time they take their first stroke, you've already taken 3. You want to hold your streamline underwater a little bit longer because that's where you're carrying the most speed. In the turn, there's a couple things that you do right and a couple things that need to be fixed. Okay, you're at the top of the screen here, going into the turn. Try not to breathe in the last 5 yards. You need to give yourself a couple strokes to get set up, look for the tee on the bottom, and hit the wall. So you don't have to look for the wall. All right, coming over, I see that hand popping out of the water. I think we've fixed that though. And then coming off the wall, hold your streamline a little longer because you're getting about 4 yards, and you can definitely do better than that. You're so strong. I like the fact you didn't breathe on that first stroke, and then when you did breathe though, it was to your right, and that you lifted your head, and that slows you down. Okay, here you are on the second lap and stroking away. This looks, when you're not breathing, your stroke is great. And then there's that head lifting up, looking to the side, you're breathing to the right. When that happens, it's your hips sink down. So we want to try to avoid that head lift if we can. Okay, here you are coming into the second turn. You definitely don't want to be breathing in the last 5 yards, but look in this time when you breathe here, you're looking forward, and that actually keeps your head down pretty well. That's good. I see your hands there, which means you're not using them to turn yourself over, so we can do that better. And then coming off the wall, you're only getting about 3.5, 4 yards there. So you want to hold that streamline a little longer and get at least past the 5-yard mark. If you hold your streamline for the count of 2, that should be sufficient. Okay, here you are going into the finish. Everything looks good, except you do lift your head here at the very end, and that's a habit we should try to break because it's quicker to definitely keep your head down. Here you are swimming with the parachute, and the parachute causes, it exaggerates any flaws or technical imperfections in the stroke, so you'll see like the stroke tends to look sloppier no matter who you are. And here you can see this, the left elbow's going in before the wrist, head's coming up, looking to the side, and you don't want to do that. Okay, here it is in slow-mo again. You can see your right arm looks good. Your left elbow seems to be going in before your left wrist. Okay, and then the head pops way out because that overreaching on the left side happens. And here's another shot a little closer up. Same thing. Left wrist is dragging, overextending, and when you don't breathe, it looks fine. It looks actually pretty good. You keep your alignment. And then, again, overreaching, the head comes up, the hips go down. Okay, so that's what we're working on. That's what we're trying to get rid of. Okay, here you are on a breakout. And I like the way you take your first 2 strokes here. You use sort of a straight arm recovery, You can see that right hand goes in, the left hand goes a little wide, and you can use 2 straight arms, and that's gives you a lot of power right off the start. Alright, here you are on the stretch cord, and I like this shot because you can really see what you're doing with your hands under the water. The right arm looks pretty good. Your left hand, though, here it comes, overreaching, and then it goes straight to the outside. It goes pretty wide out there. You want to bring it more under your center line as if you're pulling straight back. Okay, here you're on the stretch cord and moving at full speed. I whistle and you try to get to the wall, and what I want you to notice is how the majority of the work is being done with your right arm. Let's watch that again. Your right arm is definitely pulling underneath you more. It almost comes underneath your center line. That indicates that your right arm is stronger, and we should definitely try to use that to your advantage. Okay, here you go with a fast 25 from the blocks. You have a nice, good entry, and the first stroke is great. Nice breakout. This is a little bit slowed down, so it's not full speed. Good breath. Nice breath there. Very good, that one was great. And then look at that nice push off. Very good. Okay, now I want you to see yourself with zoomers and paddles, and I want you to see how powerful you look and how excellent your stroke is here. Everything about this looks great. It's a significant improvement over your regular stroke, so we want to try to use these as much as we can to develop these habits. This last video is Haley swimming, and it's an underwater shot. The thing I want you to focus on here is her breathing, and I want you to see how when she breathes she kind of sneaks a breath, and you'll see that basically there's always like one goggle and half of her face in the water. Okay, and her head stays in alignment with the rest of her body, so she doesn't really slow down a lot when she breathes. This chart on the bottom shows her meters per second and how it goes up and down as during the different phases of her stroke. You may want to watch this over and over a couple of times and starting and stopping it. It's pretty cool how it works.